undefeated. Then straight to the kingdom where the law will lead us. Straight to condemnation if they ever leave it. My people hungry for some knowledge, you gotta feed them. Hey, you know iron sharpen iron, I'm my brother's keeper.
The Hispanics, so-called Hispanics, were here before African type people came. We were all the same people because we went through the same stuff. The Mexicans and whatnot, they had slavery. It wasn't as bad as ours because they had their own country. We came over, we didn't have no country. So in the Bible it reads, in the book of Deuteronomy, that we're God's chosen children. So we're going to get that in Deuteronomy 7:6. Are you familiar with the Bible? You know, a lot of our people, we say, yeah, we love God, but we ain't never read the Bible. I didn't really read the Bible until I was like in my 50s. I was like trying to get away from that. You know, but we all inherently know God. We say we know it, but there are things in the Bible that goes against that feeling for us. We can't know God for a certain reason. But first we got to know who we are. Because all these laws and the statutes and commandments, they were for us. The black people do. We call ourselves black because America calls us black first, and then okay, I'm black. Because when you try to get a job on the form, they ask you what race you are. You can't put Mexican out, or you can say I am a Mexican. My mother and father were Mexican, but mostly it's black. When I was growing up and trying to get a job, it was Negro. So you can see how they're changing for their purposes. They try to dumb us down with calling us black, you know, Negro, nigga, all this other stuff. But read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter and the 6th verse. It says, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God."
Now this is Moses and came out of Egypt. And they stayed in the wilderness for a while. Because, you know, in Egypt we were slaves. We didn't really know who we were. So this is Moses telling us. He's got to tell us that we're the chosen people. Because the only way we got out of Egypt's slavery is because we prayed to God and said, get us out of here, please. Mm-hmm. And he had mercy on us and got us out by the way of Moses. So in the wilderness, he's saying, this is what God thinks of you.
Since the Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So you know there are a whole bunch of different people on earth. But there's a certain people who has gone about and renamed all the people. And they named them by, there are 18 nations that God named people. And his named people on earth was Israel. The main people was Israel. And then he named all the rest. This is their biblical names. You know, Edom, Elam, Ashur, Aram, Ishmael, and all down the line. Moab and Ammon, they're the Chinese and the Japanese today. Because this guy went around naming people against their true names. So now you got everybody's all crazy. They know who they are, but if they come to America, they're called the Chinese. They know they're Moab. They know they're Ammon. Because they know their history. We're the only people on earth don't know our history.
Don't consider it.
It's been beaten out of us. So this is what happened to us. If we said that we're not niggas, because when we came over here, we were Israelites, and they beat that out of us. That's the whip. That's the scar tissue from a whip. If you remember the movie Roots, every time he say, I'm Kunta Kinte,
Yeah.
they would beat this shit out of him till he's on there going, and he finally gave up. He said, I'm Toby.
There's only so much you can take that
It's
torture.
only so much you can
Yeah.
take until you start calling yourselves. We start calling ourselves niggas. We called ourselves niggas because they were calling us niggas on the plantation. Well, we're the chosen people. God said it. He didn't say that to any other nation. Read your piece.
All right. The precept is book of Isaiah, the 1st chapter and the 3rd verse. It says, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider.
Right.
So he just talked about two of the dumbest animals on the planet. If you wanna, an ox or an ass, which is like is a donkey or whatever, a mule, you gotta take a 2x4 and smack him on top of the head. What? Okay, I'm going down, man. He's the dumbest animal on the planet, but he knows more than us. He knows he's the dumbest animal on the planet. We're the smartest people on earth, but we don't know it.
Oh.
We keep telling ourselves, oh, we're not as good as the white man. White man got a high IQ.
Hey, Mom, get right. You a pretty girl. I
And
guess where you from?
it's been known that
I'm a thug. I keep my gun. Girl, I know that we did that.
we are the smartest people on earth. There's a little, like 10 to 12-year-old girl smarter than Einstein. She don't get no press because she black. White folks are like that ox and that ass. They stupid. But they convinced us that we're dumber than they are. So as we go through, we know we're the chosen people. And we've got a place on earth.
Right.
So when I say that you're the chosen, you had a biblical name. So we had, if you're an American black, that's what your father is a black man, because sometimes it ain't like that. So we got to ask the question: was your father a man? Of course he was a man, but was he? Is his heritage of American slavery? And you would know that because you can go back and hear the old folks speak about how bad it was. So you would know if a black man was you, or you could be from West Indies, or you could be from Haiti, Puerto Rico, all these countries. So who would you say you are according to this term? American black, so that makes you an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. You didn't know that before, right?
That's the top tribe.
The top tribe of all the 12.
It's the tribe that Christ came from.
That's right. So you're more akin to Christ than anybody. But we can all claim him because he's an Israelite. We don't say he was because he's still here. He's not in the spirit world. Not to come back, because once you go to the spirit world, you ain't coming back here in that body. So we can lay claim to that Jesus is our brother. Just like he's my brother, I'm your brother, you're my sister. We got all of that in common. But we go off when we fail to recognize it, or even when we recognize it, we don't want no part of it, because the people that rule us in this country right now, they're going to oppress us with that. So, do you believe you're from the tribe of Judah, American black? Because Moses is saying that we're above all people on the face of the earth. But there's one thing that happened to us, that's why we're here in America, is he said that he'll do good to us if we do what he say. And he gonna do bad to us if we don't do what he say. So in the scripture, it says, and let's read Deuteronomy 28:1.
Book of Deuteronomy, 20th chapter, in the first verse. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently
That means listen.
unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So we're supposed to be up here. That's where we're supposed to be. But we're way below this dude. Because everybody moved up when the Most High said, you did not do what I asked you to do.
Right.
So now you're going to be down here getting oppressed, killed by the police.
Uh-huh.
That's a curse. But first he said he's going to put you on high. He's going to make you above all people. We ain't above all people. Because we can't even live in peace in this nasty country. So when you know we're not living in peace. But he said, read 15.
It's Deuteronomy 20th chapter, in the 15th verse. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
What do you say?
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Curses. A curse is a bad thing. You ever been cursed by somebody? No, I know you haven't. But if you get cursed, it's really bad.
Right.
If they can bring it about, they don't curse you for happiness. They curse you to be dead
Right.
or to be in misery. So a curse is a bad thing. So we live in a cursed land that cursed us from the day we got here. Read 28:68.
It's the book of Deuteronomy 28th chapter and the 68th verse. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
So the Most High said, if you don't keep his laws, his statutes, and commandments, he's going to bring you into slavery again with ships. It says Egypt, but Egypt is synonymous with slavery because that was the first slavery we were ever in Egypt. And the Most High brought us out. And he said, if you don't keep his commandments, he's going to bring you back into slavery on ships. This happened. That happened to us, right? We were on ships. Yeah, Christopher Columbus saying he discovered America, but when he got here, there were already people here. So how you discovered this place?
Right.
It's impossible. But we went into slavery, and they put fetters of iron on our necks. So that's them chains they put on our necks. They even show it in the movies. Let's mess them niggas up. Let's show them a movie where they were in slavery to us. They'll come up with $1 billion to make a movie about that.
Right.
To have a movie about Moses being a black man and saving his people out of slavery, they don't make movies like that. They always show the slaves, the Israelite slaves, as white people.
Salakia. You know, even them making a movie about Christ being a so-called Negro, right? What was the brother name? That was an actor. No, the black brother. He made a movie about him. Blair Underwood made a movie about him being Christ, and you know how the curses are real. His own people wouldn't even go and support his movie. They had more of an issue with Christ being black than Esau, the white man. That's how you know it's a curse on our people.
Curse on our people. Read 47.
Book of Deuteronomy 20th chapter and the 47th verse.
Yeah.
Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness
You didn't keep his commandments.
and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst, and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
That's what I just showed you. This is iron around your neck. So that prophecy came true. He's saying this is over 4,000 years ago. He's telling the Israelites what's going to happen to you if you don't keep the commandments. And that came true. Bringing us into slavery on ships came true. So the book is alive. But it's our history. You know how America right now is trying to change history in America. They're trying to say that slavery wasn't that bad. You niggas got a free ride over here and learn to trade. What you so pissed off about? And they're trying to change that.
Textbooks in Texas, they're trying to say we were migrants instead of slaves, and we were migrants.
So one day they gonna deport us. Just by saying that and having everybody agree, oh, they were migrants. Let's deport them. That's what's going on today. It's all a lie. The truth is in the Bible.
That's right.
So what we brought out in Deuteronomy 28 and 47, we're living it out today. That water I just gave you, it ain't free. I had to buy that. In one of all things.
That's what the Bible says.
If you want to have a baby, you got to go into a hospital, pay their fees. If you want to get married, you got to go down to City Hall and buy a license. It ain't, they're not giving that out of the goodness of their heart. They're making money off of it.
That's right.
So we got stuff. If you want clothes, you got to go to their store. If you want something to eat quick, go to McDonald's. Very few of us own. It's not ownership, because there's a man that owns the rights to McDonald's. He only leases those stores in certain areas. So if you see a store that's run by a black person, they had to pay a fee to get that license to make McDonald's hamburgers. We don't own that. Right. We can only license it. And if the white man gets it in his heart, I don't like these niggas, he'll snatch that license away from you.
Right, shut it down quick.
So in one of all things, that's one of those curses. We're living under that right now. We're living, some of us live pretty good. We got nice houses and stuff. We got nice things. But we still got to get it from our enemies. We can't, I can't go and, I got to feel electronics. I can't go nowhere and make a TV. I got the knowledge to make it, but I got to go to him to get the parts.
Got to get the patent for it. Got to pay that.
I can patent things in the TV, and then they'll steal it and say they made it and I didn't.
Right.
That's been history. So you can see that we're a cursed people. A lot of our people, since they're above the rest of us, they say, I'm not cursed. I got a mansion. I got servants and this and that.
Right.
But they don't give no honor or glory to the God that gave that to them. They didn't just get that out of nowhere. That's what makes us get in trouble with, like in Black Wall Street, where they actually, the United States bombed that city. They had what white folks were envying. If they had come into a place and gave the glory to the Most High, we'd still have Black Wall Street.
Right.
But they didn't do it, and the Most High tore that place down.
You know.
He sick these all.
That's right, I don't want. And the reason being that that happened to our people is because our people decided, how many years after slavery that was? About 30, 40 years after slavery that we had Black Wall Street? Now imagine the people being locked up in chains, and it only take you 40 years to create a whole city, an entire city ran by your people. That's going to put fear in the white man. Right? Because it only took 40 years for them to accomplish this much.
It takes them centuries.
Right? But our people, being that we're closer to the Most High than any other nation, we got a spirit on us that we're kind to people naturally, right? But we messed up by trusting our enemies. Get that Sirach 12 and 10 for me.
This is the book of Sirach, 12th chapter in the 10th verse. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Right? So you're never supposed to trust your enemy. And like the other one brought out, Deuteronomy 28:68 says we will be sold to our enemies. And Sirach telling us to never trust our enemies. Because like iron rust, so will their wickedness. Read on.
Though he humble himself and go crouching.
Even if he come humble like they did in Black Wall Street, they came to get loans from black people there. They came crouching because they needed money. So they came there for their doctors, to get service from their doctors, to get loans, right? He come crouching, read on.
And yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass.
Right.
And thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away.
And you will eventually see that wickedness come out of that white man. All you got to do is give him time. Give him time. You'll see that wickedness come out of the white man.
Thank you for watching. If you wish to donate, you can use Zelle or PayPal. We're the Sons of Thunder. It's our heart's prayer and desire for Israel that they might be saved. Shalom.